You know, I was a little kid, lived on a farm with grandparents, and I had a dog. She got pregnant. You know, I'm a little kid, I don't know. I don't know, that ain't good. Well, she had her puppies, and I saw my granddaddy put the puppies in a sack one day, and we followed him to the creek, and he drowned the puppies. And I made a promise that day that I'd help any animal I could help for the rest of my life. And so, you know, what happens to you as a kid can stick with you for the rest of your life. I know that for a fact. Animals have a pretty tough life in this state. We're ranked 46 in the nation for animal protection laws. None of our officials seem to want to change that. I've invited all of them to come here and see, you know, what animals, the treatment some animals get prior to coming here. One of the officials made a statement in a meeting one day that the reason they haven't put more teeth in the laws is they're having a problem distinguishing between abuse and discipline. So I invited them to come, and I think I can show them the difference between abuse and discipline. You know, it doesn't take it's not hard to tell, you know, when a horse is starving to death, or a donkey or a mule or a goat or whatever. You know, I mean, you don't have to have a degree in anything to tell when something needs to be fed and taken care of. Well, we got horses, mules, donkeys, goats, sheep, pigs. We've got some feathered friends. We've got 4 emus. I just made a post on our Facebook page, what our feed bill runs every 2 weeks. Not counting hay, not counting vet care, and I would say right now, bare minimum, about $10,000 a month is what it costs. We get a few donations, and we appreciate what we do get. Every cent of it goes to the animals. The volunteers, nobody gets paid. Nobody wants to be paid. Their pay is saving these animals. And I think if they were offered any kind of compensation, I think it would probably offend them. You know, we were in Lawrence County on a Monday, and we picked up 3 horses and 1 little donkey, and there was a ravine with 20 to 25 dead ones in it. It was so many you couldn't even count them. The following day on a Tuesday, we went to McCormick, met the sheriff's department. We picked up 19 horses, 1 mule, and 1 donkey. I don't remember how many dead ones were laying around, but you know, there were a bunch of dead ones. I guess the nights are the toughest part when you go to bed, and you can't help but kind of relive what you've been involved in that day. And I mean, you know, I picked up a big horse one day. It was almost dead, and it was a voluntary surrender. The people said, "Hey, we just can't afford to feed this horse." I went and got the horse, and that's all well and good. I appreciate them calling me. But they're having a beer party. Now, I don't know what a case of beer costs because I don't drink beer, but I'm sure you could have bought a bag of feed for what a case of beer costs. So don't tell me how much you love this horse when this horse is nearly dead. And if you can't afford to feed the horse, then you don't need to be spending your money for beer. When you got little kids running around that, I don't know, that's just, I'm touchy about it, you know. I've met some awful people. I've met some of what I consider to be the scum of the earth when it comes to animals. And I hope someday, they'll be held accountable. It may not be in a court of law, but I do believe they will be held accountable at some point in time. But the animals need help. And I haven't seen a whole lot done by the state to help animals since we've been doing this full time in 2007. I mean, it's not just South Carolina, but we're in South Carolina. A lot more could be done. Law enforcement will enforce the laws, but they can't enforce laws that don't exist. I mean, what some of these people do to these animals should be a lot more severe sentence than a slap on the wrist and don't do it again. just like these people in McCormick and Lawrence. They were back at a sale buying more within 2 weeks of the seizure. You know, and there's something wrong with that. I mean, these animals need help, and we're the only ones can help them. But I think if some of these lawmakers, and I'll give you an open invitation to come anytime you'd like, we're open 7 days a week. I think if we can get some of them to come out and see what the animals have to endure at the hands of human beings, I think they'd have a better understanding of why we need to do something to stop these people.